Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yes, and we continue our survey of the fabulous works and operas and other things of Rossini. Now, Rossini used tam-tam in a few of his operas. He had class, that man. He really did. Especially the end of Armida, when they're all going crash. Try crash. But you never hear it loud enough, I must say. All the recordings I've heard, it's all too wimpy. Typical, isn't it? So what have we got in this clump? Bunch of operas and some other things. Let's see. Oh, arias with Juan Diego Flores. He was such a discovery. A genuine high tenor with a gift for fabulous coloratura. He was the kind of thing Rossini wrote for. And so these are like zillions of arias from Cenerentola and Otello and the Barber of Seville and La Cazzaladra, the Italian Woman in Algiers, Zelmira, La Donna del Lago, La Cenerentola. Really fabulous stuff. Absolutely marvelous on Decca with Riccardo Chailly and the Orchestra Sinfonica e Coro di Milano Giuseppe Verdi. Oh, they should just chop down their name. The Verdi Orchestra. It's all they need to do. It's a great record. Absolutely great record. He's a nice guy, too. I interviewed him way back, and we had a nice conversation. Rossini Overtures with the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra. No conductor. You don't need one. They play marvelously. It's a delicious disc of Rossini Overtures. Tancredi, the Italiana, Lignano Felice. Well, there you go. That one isn't done. El Signor Bruschino. And La Cambiale di Matrimonia. Some interesting ones. So that's a nice disc. And then we've got the Petite Messe Solennelle. Oh gosh, what a masterpiece. This is the chamber version. And you've got, let's see, Morella Freni and Lucia Valentini Terrani and Pavarotti and Raimondi with piano and harmonium and the chorus, and it's really delicious. And the Istvan Kertész recording of the Stabat Mater. So it's really quite a twofer here, actually. With Pilar Laranjar and Yvonne Minton and Pavarotti and Hans Soten and Kertész and the London Symphony Orchestra and Chorus. So great stuff. And the Petite Messe is, of course, one of the great masterpieces of Rossini's Sins of Old Age, his last period in Paris from the 1860s. Quite a late work. What year did Rossini die? 1868, yeah. That was really one of his final pieces. Then we've got, this fabulous, iconic Cenerentola, with Luigi Alva and Renato Capecchi and Teresa Berganza and Paolo Montarsolo, and she's great. And Abbado is fabulous. It's just, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Brilliant opera. I've talked about this before. A big opera, serious, big, long opera, juicy sucker. How long is it in this performance? I'm just out of curiosity. Let me see if they tell us. They used to tell us. Yeah, they don't tell us anymore. We'll have to figure it out, but it's a good 2.5 hours of fun and frolic. What you might call what's the word? Enlightenment view of the story. It doesn't have magic stuff so much. I mean, it has more a rational view of the Cinderella story, but it's funny and it's witty and the music is astonishing. Then we've got the Italian Woman in Algeri with Teresa Berganza, Luigi Alva, Fernando Correna, Rolando Panerai with Silvio Varviso, and the Maggio Musicale Fiorentino people on Decca. That was a famous version in its day. And then, the Barber of Seville with Marilyn Horne, and Paolo Barbaccini and Enzo Dara and Leo Nucci and Samuel Ramey and Riccardo Chailly and La Scala. Now, this Barber, for some reason, has never gotten much love. And I find that kind of remarkable. The performances are extremely good, but I get it in a sense that it's based on the revised edition, which wasn't quite the critical edition that the Rossini people published a few years ago, because that only came out like 5 or 6 years ago. But it was Alberto Zeta's, revised sort of quasi-critical edition. And there is a sense in this performance where everybody is dotting their I's and crossing their T's. In other words, it's a really good sort of reading of the score, but not so much one where you feel that the characters are really inhabiting their parts and getting into the drama. But I got to tell you, I don't really care when the singing is this good. I mean, it just sounds wonderful to me. So that's me. You know, maybe some of the opera people who scream and yell about such things more than I do can like have a cow and knipsch and all the things they do over these things. But I enjoy it. And I like Marilyn Horne. So, you know, I don't care what she does. She can sing the telephone book for all I care. Then we've got, the Barber of Seville with Victoria de los Angeles and Sesto Bruscantini and Luigi Alva and all those people, Vittorio Gui and the Royal Phil. This is also a very famous barber, which we talked about because we talked about the de Los Angeles box stuff. This is in there. So I've got like billions of barbers. In fact, there's another one coming. So stay tuned. Then there's this sucker, La Pietra del Paragone, comic opera in 2 acts with the Clarion concerts under Newell Jenkins. This is on Vanguard. When Vanguard, remember that Vanguard did all kinds of interesting stuff back in the day. And it has the young, very young, Jose Carreras, Beverly Wolfe, Elaine Bonazzi, John Reardon is in here, Justino Diaz. I mean, some really famous singers before they were like really famous. When was this recorded? Do we have a date? It says 1992, Omega Record Group, but that's not when they recorded it, was it? It must have been before that. I could be wrong. You know, I often am wrong, but you know, I don't know, because the Omega Record Group didn't exist then. Let me just take a look, see if they give us some details here. It's really cool. It's a charming work, by the way. Okay. Is there a something? Well, there's a big long note on the opera and a complete text. Oh, remember when you got these books and things? Wasn't it wonderful? Here we go. Location of recording. I mean, Joanna Nickrens did it, which is great. 72. Thank you. I knew it. Yeah, back in the day. You know, they don't always give you easy to find recording information, but there it was. And last but not least, the Barber of Seville. There it is. With Cecilia Bartoli, it's famous, the one everyone gets now. It's like a big deal. William Matteuzzi and Leo Nucci and Enrico Fisore and Pata Borcaladze and all those people. With the Orchestra e Coro del Teatro Comunale di Bologna under Giuseppe Patade from 1989. There you go, on Decca. This is like a big deal barber. It was like the new one that everybody liked. I mean, you know, Bartoli is fabulous, of course, and it's lovely and fun to listen to. So there you go. Lots of Rossini and at least one more video, I think, to come. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me, and take care.